Hi guys, welcome to week number 8. So week number 8, what we will be discussing is the patient encounter along with the examination room preparation. In order to do so, we're going to kind of go back and start discussing chapter 3. I know that online it says chapter 3 and 8, but I really want to just focus on chapter 3. So let's go ahead and we'll get started. How's that sound? We've already talked about 3 and 8 quite a bit, especially when we talked about like law and ethics. But this is going to be a little bit different of a chapter 3 review. So chapter 3 is really dealing with medical records and some of the charting aspects. The medical record is really the most important aspect of a patient's chart, and especially in a medical office, it's the most important piece. The reason being is that the medical record is really divided into several sections, all of which have different content and different forms that need to be filled out within that section. So the sections of a medical record are really an analysis of a patient's health, and they should include a medical history, current findings, considerations, test results, and treatment information along with what is related to the diagnosis or the condition. Medical records have two main forms that we put them in. They can be in paper or they can be paperless. And when we say paperless, what we're referring to is that EMR. But a secondary type of EMR is something we call a PHR, or a personal health record. This is really a copy of the patient's own medical record that they keep in a paper or a digital form. Maintenance of a medical record is really often the job of an administrative facility or administrative staff, but you as clinical personnel and as medical assistants also have a responsibility to maintain that record. So any time that the patient encounters a medical assistant or you as a medical assistant encounter the patient, it must be documented. And that includes things like telephone conversations, emails, or if you see a patient in person. I know emails gets a little confusing, but with the new software that's out there, like the MyCharts or the MyHealth, they can email you questions or concerns. So that has to be documented in their chart. So now that we understand what a medical record is, we need to really know how it is used. So medical records are used to help the provider with a precise health data to assist them in an accurate diagnosis, to create a treatment plan, or to track a patient's progress. Some of the other functions of a medical record include providing a means of communication, providing for financial purposes, to serve as a legal document. It can also be used as an educational tool or to provide statistical data for research. So now let's kind of talk about the different formats of a medical record. So there's two main formats. The first one is an SOMR, or a source-oriented medical record. This is a more traditional format, quite frankly, and it's really divided into specific sections, such as a history and physical, progress notes, nursing or medical assisting notes, laboratory or diagnostics testing. All reports and notes must be kept in reversed chronological order, meaning that the most recent will be on top. The second form of medical record is going to be a POMR, or a problem-oriented medical record. And what this is it includes structure and organization within the medical chart, which makes for better communication between those who are reading and those who are documenting in the chart. The POMR uses the SOAP method of note-taking, which is subjective, objective, assessments, and plan. POMR has 4 categories or stages of documentation. First, you're going to develop a database. Second, you're going to assemble a detailed problem list. Third, you will formulate a plan of action for each problem listed. And the last step is to provide ongoing progress notes for each problem that is listed. Now, with POMR, there are some advantages over the SOMR. Those advantages are it makes the exploration of the chart much more efficient. It decreases the ambiguity of prior problems for treatment plans and treatment goals. It encourages uniformity amongst those who are documenting in the chart and using the chart. And it really simplifies record keeping. Alright guys, so that's really kind of a brief overview of Chapter 3. We've already really read it, so I don't want to go too far into it. And if you remember, we talked about the laws that are associated with medical records and the keeping of medical records. So this week, what we're going to be doing is, it's going to kind of be fun because you actually might decide that you like me again, because this week we'll be doing your homework together in class, just like we did in week 6. And your homework is really going to be focusing on charting in a patient's chart. So with that being said, please make sure that you do your initial post by Tuesday night and do your 2 responses by Saturday. This week you will also have a quiz, but don't panic, we will do that quiz review in class like we've always done. And this week it's going to be on personal safety. So I know that I was nice to you and I took away your homework, but please don't forget that your second half of your project is due this week. So hopefully you've already been working on that and already got it taken care of. And the only thing that you'll have to focus on is that quiz. Alright guys, have a wonderful week and I will see you on Wednesday. Goodbye.